Hello everyone and welcome back to a very special episode of JimmyTalksJira. This week we are celebrating having hit the 100 subscriber milestone. I can't thank you all enough for helping me by supporting this channel and helping me reach that milestone. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, it means the world to me. I put a tweet out there saying that I was very close, and I can't believe the overwhelming positive response that came in that we hit that milestone within minutes of that tweet going live. So as a bonus and a special episode this week, I wanted to give you a bit of a behind-the-scenes look of my environment that I'm using and how I record these videos. I've actually had a lot of people who've asked about this, so I thought that this was about the right time to give you a behind-the-scenes tour of everything. So I wanted to start by mentioning that this started as a streaming environment for Extra Life. And if you're not familiar with Extra Life, it is about bringing gamers together to help raise awareness and donations for local children's hospitals. I specifically support Sick Kids Hospital, so this is just a wonderful thing that I was able to start with, and now I'm able to provide videos for you guys, which is also fantastic. So I use this environment for streaming those gameplay on Twitch, as well as doing all of my work for my company and recording at the same time. Without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at my environment. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is a converted streaming environment that I use for recording. So I wanted to first point out that I am using RGB light strips, which I changed to sort of that royal blue in the background. It just helps give that extra lighting effect. As you can see, I definitely have a whole bunch of gaming stuff in my background. When I first started learning about streaming, everyone sort of said that it makes sense to have things that you enjoy in the background to help your audience relate to, so that's where that stuff came from. And if I swing around, you'll see that I totally have a shelf or two dedicated to Atlassian stuff, so that when I'm on screen, you get kind of that mix of both worlds together. And then you can see that I have one monitor there, and what I actually end up using is three of them total. One of them is an actual widescreen monitor, one is a TV, and the third is just a spare monitor I had so that I have the ability to move things around. So just moving over onto the far side, I'm generally running music off of here, whether it's Spotify, or I have been using the NDA band, which for any community leaders, you will know that that's Funman Andy's band. They do some very good music, so that's what I've been using. The main monitor, I will have the browser window open for whatever it is that I'm doing a walkthrough of. And then I'm using OBS on this monitor over here, and I'll get into the software that I'm using, but that's just sort of how I lay out the screens. Moving back over here, so I was using an AverMedia kit as far as doing my streaming stuff, which gave me a microphone and a game capture card, as well as a basic webcam. So I'm using that microphone. I bought a very cheap $20 microphone arm to allow me to move it around so that I can position it the way I want. Those are some very cheap Skull Candy headphones that I'm using. Obviously, you can upgrade over time. I recommend starting cheap when you're first starting out. My webcam I did upgrade. I'm using a Razer Kiyo. And the thing I like about this one is that it actually has a built-in ring light, so I can actually use that to help control the lighting within the room. And then I'm using just a GT Racing gaming chair, just because it's fairly comfortable. So that's everything I'm using hardware-wise as far as this setup is concerned. So now let's dive in and take a look at the software and the recording process. Okay, so bringing things back to the software side of things, I'm going to show you a little bit about how I'm doing the recordings, the things I have open at various times, and a little bit about how I do the editing after the fact. So I'm going to start by switching over to my desktop view in OBS, and we're going to show you a few things that's going to get a little clumsy at times. So right off the bat, I just wanted to show I have music running. That is off on the other monitor, but I just wanted to bring it here. I will generally start up a track and let it run for a few seconds, and then I start the recording so that there is music live playing while I'm doing the recording. I'm not editing that in after the fact. So we'll move that off to the side. Generally what you're going to see is I am using an Atlassian environment that is mine. I write all of my content in Confluence. I don't actually read from a script, mainly because I actually find I make more mistakes that way. So what I'm doing is I am writing, any of the roundups. You've seen my roundup posts on the online community. I will have them written here, and I may refer to things here, or I will actually have any of the products that I'm going to be doing a demo on something. This will be on the main view while the desktop's open. What you're not seeing behind the scenes, and this is going to get a little confusing at first because we're going to have some Inception stuff going on, I am running OBS behind the scenes. So just ignore the main window up here for a second, and we're going to look down at the bottom pieces. So you will see that I am running a couple of scenes here. One to switch to my webcam, like I just did, and then one to my desktop view. And I have a bunch of sources that I have listed in here. I can obviously control my audio and then whether I am recording or not. One thing to note, I do all of these in a single take. Not that I only take one opportunity to do it. I do have to sort of retry multiple times, but I don't actually edit the actual footage that I do. I do it all within a single take, and then I will clip them together, and I'll show you that in a second. But I use OBS just because it is really good for streaming gameplay on Twitch. So it was very easy to work with this as far as just doing a local recording instead of streaming it. So that's what's going on as far as doing the recording. And let's just move that off to the side. And I'm now going to bring up, I use a free piece of software called OpenShot. And OpenShot allows me to take some files and I can import some of the videos that I have recorded. So I have a few of them here, and what I end up doing is quite literally just putting the video pieces together like this. And this is obviously the video that, it's a little Inception. This is the video we're working on, so I'm missing a piece here. But what I will end up doing is it's just on a single track, and as I said, I use a single take in order to get the content I'm happy with. And then I will just use the clipping tool here. I will sort of pan through the video, and I just clean up the transitions between the various pieces of the video. And then I will save this, and I will export that video, which I upload to YouTube. And that's sort of the process that I follow as far as how I record and how I edit these videos. So I spend a little bit extra time doing multiple takes to record this, and then I don't do very much editing after the fact, mainly because editing is not really my strong suit. So that is, in a nutshell, how I produce one of these videos from start to finish. I have my hardware set up in the background. I bring up OBS and I put it on either my webcam or my desktop view, depending on which section of the video I'm recording. And then I take those video pieces and I arrange them together in OpenShot at the end. Thank you for listening to me while I explain the process that I follow. I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about my environment and how I record these videos for all of you. Once again, thank you all very much for helping me get to 100 subscribers. That allows me to customize the URL for this channel, so going forward, you can now find me at youtube.com/JimmyTalksJira. Please consider giving this video a like, and if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing to this channel so that you can keep up to date on all the new content that will be coming out in the future. And as always, thank you for stopping by.